The Fantasy Footballer Studio is sponsored by Walmart. Welcome to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Welcome in. The Fantasy Footballers Podcast for Wednesday, September 17th. Welcome in, one and all. Jason Moore, Mike Wright, Andy Holloway, the Deucers in the building today. Al Borland is here. Let's see. You're still in our Chopped League.
Oh, yeah.
Papa Josh, you're still in the Chopped League.
Yep.
And then the Falcons here helping with the show.
Thanks, Derek Henry.
Oh, did you call him Henny? Derek Hennessy.
Oh, my gosh. Derek and
Oh, man. Things just get better and better for the Falcon.
We are in a big, if you don't know what it is, a chop league, a guillotine league where the lowest score every week gets cut out of the league and all the players get released into the waiver wire. And we're doing one with all of the office here, and then the waiver wire is wild. I mean, you have 1,000 fab to spend, and
I dropped half of it today.
And old Derek Hennessy.
Yeah.
Matt
had to pour one out.
had to pour one out
For his homies.
So all the waivers went through this morning, and the Falcon got chopped last week, and I'm on the chopping block this week. I know that.
Matt, I appreciate your donation to my team.
Yeah, Jordan Mason.
Because my team was looking thin.
So yeah, that's what we're reacting to this morning. We have a big show today. Backup options, NFL news to talk about. We're going to dive into some unsolved mysteries on the show today. Preview the Thursday night game, and then get into the mailbag if we have time for it. It is a good time, and we're going into week 3. We'll give a little shout out here. The current Megalo Bowl leader, Conscious Rising, 329 points in the lead after 2 weeks out of 20,000 people. So congratulations there. But it's just 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It's just 2 weeks.
You might not even make the playoffs.
Yeah, so congrats, though. Shout out to the Megalo Bowl leader.
This person's, they're riding high.
They are my enemy.
And you're like, they're probably not going to make the playoffs. What a bum.
I plan to win this league.
Okay.
So.
Well, I didn't hear your name.
I don't need to have my name said now. Talk to me in week 17.
Okay.
A reminder.
I will make a note. Talk to Jason in week 17.
There you go.
About Megalo Bowl.
Weekly rankings, start, sit, tool, all the articles on the website, thefantasyfootballers.com, also available in our free in-season app. Just look for the Fantasy Footballers app on the App Store, on the Google Play Store, and you can grab that and have some start, sit in your pocket every week. You can follow us on X at the FF Ballers. Follow Jason at JasonFFL, Mike at FF Hitman. I'm at Andy Holloway. Mike was making some world news for us yesterday in a hatless episode of the show. Mike shaved off the locks.
Had to cut it down.
And I would say 50% of the comments was what's happening.
Just in time for winter, guys.
Also, strangely, some strange backhanded insults. Several people were like, oh, no, he cut off his hair. Now he looks too much like Andy.
Oh, gross.
Which is gross, I think, was the implication.
Mm-hmm. No, it is.
I don't know which one of us it's gross for.
Oh, that's true. It's pretty.
It could just be insulting to both of us.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that makes the most sense. All right, let's jump into our first segment.
Backup options, presented by Progressive Insurance.
If you're not in a chop league, Derek Hennessy is probably not one of the backup options you can pick up on your waiver wire. So we like to.
He was there for us.
I know.
Crazy.
He's sitting there. I used the waiver wire tool to identify Derek Hennessy to add him to the roster. Look, we have a list of the most dropped players on Sleeper over the last 24 hours. So I want to share some of those because this segment, we always say every week, drop it like it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
We want you to pay attention to who was dropped on waiver day everyone fights for the newest. I mean, Wan'Dale Robinson was picked up in a lot of leagues.
Sure.
And I'm sure some pretty good players were dropped to pick up and chase the Wan'Dale 142-yard game. But the most dropped players on Sleeper the last 24 hours, Joe Burrow and Justin Fields at quarterback, Ollie Gordon, Tank Bigsby, Jaden Blue at running back, Jaden Reed, who had double surgery. We found out this morning Jaden Reed had the clavicle surgery and then threw in a side of the foot surgery.
I'll bet he saved a little bit of cash on that deal.
For sure.
If you need surgery, do it all.
Yeah.
Do it all at once.
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously trying to play through the foot injury, and then he's like, well, if I'm going to miss time and I've got to pay for
under,
anesthesia.
Was it Jones?
Yes.
Yeah,
it was Jones fracture.
The feet are getting lots of action this year.
Yeah. They really are.
The Jones fracture, the turf toes. We need to take care of the feet.
There's a coach who's loving it.
Jaden Reed, Marvin Mims, Jaden Higgins, Calvin Austin, Khalil Shakir.
It's not that good of a joke, guys.
Goodness gracious, the Deucers.
Yeah, the Deucers really were cracking
a real
up on
Rex
that one.
Ryan fan base back there. Goodness. Mark Andrews, Evan Ingram, Britton Strange. Evan Ingram right now is like, I saw him on the waiver wire in our league, and it did tempt me a little bit because if you need a tight end, it's hard to see his name there. Oh, the Joker in Denver. Plus, it's fair to say that, like, he was hurt.
Yeah,
he was hurt, and so there's a chance the snap counts playing behind Troutman, but I didn't pick him up. So
100%. That calf issue, we weren't even sure if he was going to play last week. I throw last week out, and I've been the all off-season anti-Evan Ingram person, but I do not think that week 2's lull is going to be indicative of what he's going to do rest of season. He's still going to be bad, but not that bad.
And, so there's your biggest drops from the week. So we want to look at 3 names. Maybe they've been dropped or you need some more names to pay attention to on the waiver wire. Mike, I'm going to let you start because the running back situation in Houston is an ever-evolving non-Joe Mixon situation.
Yeah, Joe Mixon is still gone, and I want to highlight Woody Marks. He was a 4th-round pick. The snaps went up from week 1 to week 2 and had a big-time 37-yard catch. And honestly, the biggest thing here is that Dameon Pierce was a healthy scratch on Monday, and that was surprising to me. Like, Woody Marks was a guy, okay, if you're in Dynasty, you're aware of the name, but for redraft, there was just really no need. But now, with the way that things are going for Houston, I think that Woody Marks is for certain builds, is a good stash. He's not someone that you can play just yet, but increase of snaps, the other backup seems to be like Woody seems to have taken his job now. And something to pay attention to. So Dare Ogunbowale was PFF's lowest graded pass blocker of week 2.
That I did see some of his whiffs, and it frustrated me because that guy finds himself on the field on 3rd down so much. So, yeah, it's worth paying attention to. I'll throw Torrey Horton out there, wide receiver for Seattle. Great preseason, slow start to the year. Finally got 4 targets this past week, scored for Seattle, and we talked a lot about the way rookies progressed. Like, not a lot of rookies have made an early impact. Tyler Warren, Emeka Egbuka, and Tedero McMillan, those are kind of the highlights so far. But Cooper Kupp, older veteran wide receiver, you could see a second half transition, Horton getting more work, more opportunities. So whether he's an ad today, tomorrow, just pay attention to the snap counts, the production in Seattle, and see what happens.
Yeah, I've got a couple of names, but I think the primary one that might be dropped in a handful of leagues, he's not going to be dropped everywhere, but Matthew Golden will hit some waivers. Sometimes teams just have to, even if you don't want to drop him because he was a first-round NFL draft pick, injuries and needs. Sometimes it's like, well, I mean, the guy has, 4 targets on the season right now through 2 games. He hasn't hit a 10% market share, so he's done jack squat, which is why he'll hit some waivers. But Matthew Golden has been good, actually good on the field. The Packers look outstanding. Jordan Love is firing on all cylinders. His according to fantasy points data, Matthew Golden right now is leading the league in average separation score. He is.
It's a matter of time.
Yeah, it's a matter of time, and they need him, and it's a good offense. So Matthew Golden, I would scoop up. 2 other names I want to quickly throw out. Jaden Higgins will be on almost every waiver wire after, he's not a...
You sure you want the...
you guys brought him up as you would drop him yesterday, and I'm fine dropping him.
I'm saying Christian Kirk is supposed to be back now.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying as the season goes on, they have to make changes for the Houston Texans, and I think Higgins will have relevance by the end of the year. So maybe you don't pick him up this week. Maybe it's next week, or just wait and watch. But I've got my eyes on him still. And then the other name, if you didn't like Jaden Higgins, you're gonna hate this one. You guys are gonna, Oh, this is nasty. But
let's hear it.
There are teams that will benefit. It's nasty, but
I've never heard of him.
Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews.
Oh no, Jason.
Yeah,
Jason.
Yeah, listen to my logic here. I would say.
I hope that there's dead.
It was
silence
just. That was it.
For
No
5
logic.
minutes. Listen to this.
Listen. Check this out.
I've got a feeling.
No, here. There's a quarter of every single league out there that have no option at tight end. You're trying to play someone that you're thinking might get 4 or 5 targets, and it just looks bad, and you're going on the waiver wire, picking up Jatavian Sanders, hoping there's a breakout, yada, yada. But when you actually need to start someone, the likelihood of a touchdown coming from Mark Andrews is much higher than most of the riffraff on the waiver wire. He had a touchdown last week. He literally had
You leave
one.
the street rats alone, Jason.
He caught a touchdown. It was pretty much done deal, and then an amazing defensive punch out right in the end zone, knocked the ball out of his hands.
Because he's got old, weak hands now.
Sure, but I mean, this is a guy who will have a lot of touchdowns through the season. He is not a possession receiver like he used to be. He's not going to go out there and get 8 targets in a game. But if you just want a touchdown play, Lamar's going to throw 30 touchdowns this year, and several of them are going to go to Andrews. We saw last year he had disappearing acts like crazy, and then just goes and gets double-digit touchdowns.
2 targets inside the 5 this past week. So it's unfortunately, if you're in the touchdown-only zone,
Yes.
Mark Andrews is in that category. And it's not much different than Zach Ertz, to be honest.
Right,
Zach
exactly.
Ertz, if he doesn't score,
Mark
you're going to be
Nasty
bummed.
Butt Andrews.
Nasty butt. That was Backup Options, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. Let's talk news.
News and notes from around the league, presented by Progressive Insurance.
It was announced this morning that Justin Fields is officially out this week as he deals with a concussion.
Yep.
Tyrod Taylor will start against the Buccaneers. It was announced before waivers went through, but didn't have that out sitting next to his name. So until just after.
Oh, can you move
is he
him
marked
now?
out
He's
now?
marked out now.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, that's great. You got some backup options.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah. All right. Aaron Jones placed on IR with the hamstring injury. He'll be out through the team's week 6 bye at a minimum. This is a huge opportunity for Jordan Mason. The team itself, I will say, Jordan Mason should be successful and should be started, but the offensive line combined with the change at quarterback will add some variables to the equation. I'm very, very curious about the Vikings offense in general and how much success they can have. You should have a little bit of, I don't know if it's trepidation, but just what is Justin Jefferson for the next handful of weeks?
Sure.
Everybody's seen the route seen around the world, the T.J. Hawkinson route. I mean, we've all seen this, right?
No,
I don't know what you're
Please
talking
share.
about.
I mean,
This does not feel like the route seen around the world.
Well, you two
Down
are
around his
hiding
house.
under a rock. Go ahead and just search T.J. Hawkinson route. That won't be hard to find.
Okay.
All right.
He had a very unimpressive route that led many to believe he is toast, which I brought this up to Jason earlier in the week that I think he's toast. We haven't seen T.J. Hawkinson post-injury look good at all. So I don't, no production this year, no production at the end of last year. And you can judge it however you want. I have no confidence in T.J. Hawkinson.
He did a double fake. He went out, and then back in.
Slowly.
Yeah, it was pretty slow.
I think, remember yesterday you told me that I could run like Joe Flacco?
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you can run that route.
Oh, that's a big compliment.
You can run that route.
I take it.
So we'll see. I mean, it's the offense in general in Minnesota. We trust Kevin O'Connell, but at the same time, 7 of 8 quarters have looked pretty bad for J.J. McCarthy.
But we'll have Carson Wentz here. The offensive line still remains a huge issue. But it's like for Carson Wentz, he was a later joiner to the Minnesota Vikings. I believe he joined the squad in late August. So hopefully he's ready to go. But we've seen Kevin O'Connell take guys not off the street, but just right to the team, right to a starting position and be fantasy relevant. So it's like, can offensive line aside, can the offense be that much worse than what we've seen with J.J. McCarthy? And then the next 2 weeks.
You know who their quarterback should have been?
Who's that?
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones was on the roster. That should have been their quarterback.
So was Sam Darnold. But the next 2 matchups for Jordan Mason, Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who through 2 weeks look like a absolute run funnel. So for at least for the next 2 weeks, I have some excitement to play Mason.
It was funny. Many leagues.
Then it's the Browns and
several leagues that I have, I had the Steelers defense out of the draft.
Right.
And
yeah,
they
were a target.
Yeah,
I played them, week 1 against Justin Fields.
I have moved on in every league this morning from the Steelers defense. Christian Watson anticipates returning to practice for the Packers sometime soon. His window to come back opens up in week 6. And then Christian Kirk is expected to come back for the Texans. That offense has looked
so bad.
I mean, they're 0-2 in a division they're expected to win. The ball is not getting spread around to anybody. Nico Collins is not producing the way fantasy players hope. They can't run the football. Their offensive line has just struggled. Jaden Higgins, Noel, Hutchinson. The reason I don't like Higgins is because it's just kind of a mess. I mean, it could be Hutchinson as much as it could be Higgins.
Sure.
I mean,
I agree completely. And if when you watch the games, you just know their offensive line is it's not to call it a sieve or a colander is unfair to colanders because that stops some stuff from getting through. It's just non-existent and
fabulous.
However, you look at the first
chef joke.
You look at the first 2 weeks was the Rams, whose defense I think is outstanding, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have a great defensive line, and so hopefully this was Stroud so far his whole career. He has beat up on bad defenses, and maybe part of that is because when he actually has some protection, he can sling it. It's not always going to be as bad. So, like, they've got Jacksonville, Tennessee as the next 2 weeks. I think there could be some healing here.
All right, that was News and Notes sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Let's take a break, and we'll jump into some spooky unsolved mysteries.
Lowe's knows Sundays are for football, so tackle your home improvement projects by Saturday and earn your Sunday with great deals on Cobalt power tools, Pit Boss grills, LG appliances, and more. Then, once your to-do list is done, get ready to kick back, relax, and enjoy the game. Shop in-store or online now and earn your Sunday with help from Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Look, Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are not? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. They also invented the Flex Play, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the app today and use code FOOTBALLERS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code FOOTBALLERS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
All righty. We did this last year. We'll talk about what we did last year and how it worked out, but it's time to jump in.
Unsolved Mysteries.
So last year at this time, we were talking about what happened to the elite tight ends. Laporta was drafted very highly. Kelsey, both of those guys, there was panic in the streets through 2 weeks. We also asked the question, is Sam Darnold actually good after 2 weeks? The answer was pretty much yes.
We asked that, I think, 17 straight weeks.
It was an unsolved mystery for a long time. And then we had been talking about passing numbers and will they come back. It was a struggle to start the year.
Mm-hmm.
So we put this out there. We wanted to figure out what you're asking about. So we have 3 unsolved mysteries to discuss. The first one being Drake London. or as Kyle put it, is the bridge falling down or under construction? I guess that would be a London Bridge joke. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Drake London.
Only the best here.
Through 2 weeks. Yeah, colander jokes and bridge jokes. That's what we do. All right, through 2 weeks, he's the wide receiver 28 and 77 in his 2 weeks. A lot was made. I think too much was made, personally, of the final 3 weeks of the season with Michael Penix Jr. 15 targets, though, in week 1. Turning 15 targets into wide receiver 28, that's tough. And then last week, 3 for 49 with a fumble. Atlanta is playing extremely slow. They're 31st in pass rate over expectation. That is the inverse of what we've been excited about with Justin Herbert, obviously.
I mean, they just ran and ran and ran against
It
the
is
Vikings.
what I would do if I were them. And one of the things with Atlanta that I think we're seeing through 2 weeks is an evolution and progress on the defensive side of the football. I think they have a pretty good pass rush, a pretty good defense compared to where they had been in the past. So maybe the strategy in Atlanta is going to be much more Bijan, Algier heavy. Protect Michael Penix. Not that he won't have big games, but you did see the perfect variance in two weeks. You saw almost a 300-yard game, and you saw a 140-yard game. That being a possibility, does it change your view on Drake London at all? He was drafted as the wide receiver, 9?
Yeah, about there. I think based on how you've talked this last week about the Falcons, I think you and I, at least, Andy, will disagree here. I don't think London Bridge has fallen down here. I do not believe that this looks like a team that is coming out with specific game plans for their opponents. You know, you watched the beginning of this last week in prime time against Minnesota, and every play was a handoff to Bijan to start that game. It's like, this is what we're doing. Whereas the week prior, when they're going up against Vita Vea and that divisional opponent they knew well, who has such a good, run-stopping defense, they did the exact opposite. Bijan only had 12 carries in the entire game. He was out wide. They were throwing the ball like crazy. And so this is, I believe, a team that is going to have plenty of games where they are throwing like crazy. And while their defense has impressed me so far, I think their defense has looked really, really good, which is not something we've said of the Falcons for
that is true.
Ever.
It's
right?
been quite a while.
I mean, when was the last time the Falcons defense was like, man, that defense was good? I can't ever remember. But I've only watched football for about 30 years, so it could have been before that. But they're still not a team that is projected to win 12 games. They're going to be in a lot of shootouts, and they're willing to throw the ball. So my opinion on this unsolved mystery is that, like, I've made a couple offers for Drake London in hopes that, bad opening start to the season, maybe you're afraid that they're not going to throw the ball. I don't think that's going to happen. And on the London side, on the positive side, he had a terrible, outrageously bad game this last week, but that included a couple of drops just on him. That included a fumble with a good punch out. Awful game, but he still had, the involvement, the utilization. So to me, he's like almost 40% of their first read targets. Like,
sounds about right.
London is, feels still safe to me.
Yeah, and remember he got knocked out in week 1 with the shoulder injury, so he's, still recovering from that. I'm on more of the side of I'd make some offers to try and get Drake London. We get Carolina next week. The defense has played well, but we are getting news that A.J. Terrell is now week to week with the hamstring injury. So, and they're bringing a bunch of guys in. So I would expect, that's great news for Tetero and McMillan this week as they play against Carolina. But I think overall London will bounce back, and we'll look back at the first 2 weeks and go, oh yeah, remember that when that happened.
Javonte Williams, will it continue? Javonte Williams is the RB4 in back-to-back weeks to open the year. He had one top 5 fantasy finish in the previous 54 games played in his entire career. He had 7 targets last week in the offense.
My son has been giving me the business on Javonte. He's
how
like,
so? Like he's just like, why didn't you believe?
Yeah, he's like, Javonte's a dog. And I'm like, that may be, but this man has been garbage for so many years, so it wasn't a high probability bet. He was someone that was laid out of, if you tuned into our off-season tips, I don't know, shows.
Episode?
Yeah, thank you. Shows of just highlighting certain backfields that you want to take a chance on it. Javonte Williams was in a backfield that was you needed to take a chance on it because he was so late. Will it continue? I'm very concerned about the injury to the center, but if they can get that figured out, then I don't see a reason this won't continue. Like the biggest threat would be, I know Miles Sanders is the backup, but the biggest threat to Javonte really losing fantasy value is Jaden Blue.
He's not a threat unless Javonte's unproductive. And
right.
So far, the gap seems massive between.
Yeah,
last year it was Zeke. Zeke looked and the numbers looked awful.
It was infuriating.
Javonte's been great.
Yes.
So, also one thing to note, Dallas games have been unbelievably close. 132 of 139 offensive plays were neutral. It was like within 7 points, which is crazy. Like that's almost every play that they've had in the entire season. So, if they get behind by a bunch, I don't, what does that mean? I don't know. Last week was a shootout and he was heavily involved. So, Jason, where do you stand on Javonte? Would you buy?
I don't think I'm going to buy, but I'm certainly going to hold. I believe that he's impressed me through 2 weeks. He gets what is given to him, but he has played. I mean, your son's not wrong. He's looked like he's got the dog in him.
Yeah. He always has. He just that knee injury was apparently so devastating.
He just needed to be 5 or 6, 8 years removed from the injury.
Exactly.
I don't think it's a health thing where it's like now he's got his explosiveness back. I'm not seeing old school Javonte where it's like, whoa, he's so incredibly hard to take down. He's so speedy and bursty after getting stopped for a moment. Those things aren't there. Those things are never coming back for Javonte. But the actual utilization is what we dream of for fantasy football. He is a full bell cow, and he's on a good offense that, look, part of the reason
74% of snaps.
That is so incredible. There's, a handful of guys across the league that get that kind of treatment. And one of the reasons I was so in on the Dak CD stack this year, it was a combination of bad defense, good offense, and no running game. But it turns out, looks like they're able to run the ball just fine. So
still bad defense.
Still bad defense, still a good offense.
Yep.
I'm in. However, obviously he's not going to have, touchdowns every single week, be the running back 4 every week. We've brought up the center that is now going to be gone for 6 weeks. That will hurt him. The upcoming schedule is also a little bit rough. So, I mean, I will say this. I looked at rankings coming into the week and where Javonte was kind of default. He's way too low. Like, I see Javonte as a top 15 weekly start. He should be started going forward.
The last unsolved mystery is the Eagles' passing offense doomed. Through 2 weeks, Philadelphia is dead last in pass rate. Jalen Hurts has thrown for 152 and 101 in 2 victories. They are one of 4 teams in the last 10 years to start 2-0 with under 250 total yards in 2 games in the passing offense. It's insane. And by the way, like 2 of those 4 were Justin Fields for the Steelers and the Bears. And then 1 was Caleb Williams last year. And so all the targets in the entire offense have been short. Mike Renner had tweeted, I mentioned it earlier in the week, only 2 completions of 10-plus air yards. A.J. Brown, you could have started a random wide receiver on any team and gotten better production in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wide receiver 172. 100. The next week, wide receiver 72.
So it's going
172?
up.
Yes.
How many wide receivers are there?
So, the target share jumped. It was all about no targets in the first matchup pretty much. But, it's not downfield stuff. 25% of his routes are slants. That's the highest among all wide receivers. That's not high value. If you have low volume and then your actual receptions are slant routes, he's not going to break away like an old school OBJ. So it is concerning to me. We have what we want and hope for from Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, and it can certainly turn around. But we also have now a pretty long track record, a new offensive coordinator, and unfortunately for everybody out there, victories. And by the way, the only news I saw from the offense this past week was their offensive coordinator coming out and saying, don't worry, we're going to run more designed runs for Jalen Hurts. That's the comment.
Oh.
It's probably smart.
I was a little worried. So I should not?
Not for that.
Okay.
No, I mean, Jalen Hurts was also really disappointing. week this past week. But are you, to me, is it doomed? Doomed is too strong a word for me. Is it going to be a bumpy ride? That's where I'll say yes.
Where is your worry meter from 1 to 10? 10 being worried.
Worried meaning what for my for my fantasy team?
Like
10 being
playing?
like he's going to bust.
Feeling like
oh wait, 10 is the bad one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
10 is worried.
I would say somewhere in the 7 range.
Okay, so
you're majority worried.
Would you consider unloading? Because AJ Brown,
I would trade AJ Brown.
AJ Brown still has name value.
He would be an absolute trade for me. Yeah, I would. Here's what I would do. I would try to trade AJ Brown and somebody that you don't believe in long term to go get JSN.
I doubt you're going to get that done.
That's the kind of because JSN went way behind AJ Brown in drafts. You could pick a different name. I mean, somebody else.
I'll try and find
somebody else that's not JSN. But I do think that I personally. I don't have a horse in the race. I don't have A.J. Brown on the roster. I don't have Devontae Smith on a roster. I do think that there are going to be some really good games coming.
There have to be.
But their defense, Saquon Barkley, a year of – like last year, everyone was like, oh, my gosh, they have to do something different. We can't have another year like last year. And they were right. It's worse.
Yeah, you thought you were at the bottom. Find a couple –
What's your number?
I'm worried. I put myself at about a 6.
Jason, what's your number?
Yeah, Jason, you got AJ Brown.
So I'm trying to get a deal done.
He's trying to send trade offers out real quick before we talk about it on the show.
Yeah, because Papa Josh and Matt have Drake London. I'm trying to get that trade. I was trying to get.
All right, let's make it happen.
I
know that Falcon has he doesn't have that other league to worry about.
I offered AJ Brown and Keyshawn Booty.
Oh gosh.
For Drake London.
You're the one who loves booty.
Stupid.
No one else loves booty.
Okay, whatever.
You want us to reject it right now or wait a little bit?
I wanted you to accept.
Booty?
Well, it was just. I mean, even straight up, maybe people are worried and they want AJ Brown. But my point is,
they're not doing that.
Trying to. Of course, they're not going to do that. I was trying to get it done before we got to this segment because I'm super worried. Like I'm super worried.
What's your number?
An 8.
Okay.
I mean,
so when someone had talked about like AJ Brown for Ibuka, you would now probably do that.
Man,
I tell you what,
I still don't think I would. When I'm really worried, it doesn't take away the fact that AJ Brown will have monster week winning performances. That will happen. He hasn't aged out. I don't think there is a problem here. In talent, Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, we have seen them be dominant forever. But the issue is what they are willing to do in probably 60% of their games. They're capable
I got a quote
of doing
from AJ Brown 2
hours
hours ago.
Oh, great!
No.
You want it?
You tell me if I want it. I haven't read it yet.
Quote: "The goal is to win the game, no matter what it looks like."
No, I don't want it.
Unquote.
I don't want it.
Return to sender.
You reject the
No,
quote?
I want a diva wide receiver that says, "Yeah, I'm happy with one, but
okay,
I can do more."
I got something better for you.
All right.
In 2023, through 2 weeks, he was a total of 11 for 108.
Yes, I did.
Weeks 3 through 17, he was 94 for 13, 39, and 7.
Yeah, that's
your good side.
That is the absolute hope.
Now, currently, he's on pace for 300 yards on the year.
And obviously that's not going to happen. All wide receivers, in fact, including AJ Brown, we have seen him disappear many times in the past and still finish as a top 10 wide receiver on those seasons. That can still happen. My biggest worry is that the changing of going from Kellen Moore to this new offensive coordinator coincides with what we saw week 1 with Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert was just getting these little, tiny, easy, worthless for fantasy targets. Goddard got injured, went out, and then all of a sudden, 8 targets for A.J. Brown last week. That's great, but they were all those same tiny, worthless targets.
6.5.
You're going down. Okay.
Going down.
All right. Cooling off. Cool me off, man.
6.5.
Let me give you some names, and you just
let's see if we can get Andy to 5.
Do you prefer A.J. Brown or
this
other player?
It's a great, terrible game.
All right. I don't like it.
We're going to start at the top. Traits that you probably can't get done, but we're going to throw other names out anyways.
Okay.
Drake London.
No, Zay Flowers.
Oh.
I would rather
I have
A.J.
Zay Flowers. I would rather have A.J. Brown.
Okay.
Jason,
so
do you want to do that deal?
No, I said I would rather have A.J. Brown.
Dang it.
Okay, so all right. Let's go. Jason, you can't get Devontae Adams.
I'd rather have
I'd rather have A.J. Brown.
Mike, are you on the opposite of both of those?
I honestly don't know. I am the host right now.
I knew you were going to say that.
I've seen someone take that stance.
Yes.
Okay. Garrett Wilson.
Oh, that's a good one. That one's good. Because I think the volume is definitely going to be on the Garrett side.
Yes,
but now
it
you got
will.
an injury. I think
Can I host?
No. I'm the captain.
Man, that is really tough. I think I would rather have Garrett Wilson.
Okay, and last one, Tedero McMillan.
I take Tet.
Easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna go try to trade
That one you might be able to get through because he hasn't.
That's a good
Tet?
trade
He
offer.
hasn't blown up. He's done very
Jason's
very well.
done for the rest of the show.
Yeah. See you later.
He's
I gotta
got
go
one
get
goal.
Tet.
Devontae Smith, by the way, wide receiver 80 and 53. So it's not good for him either. And, do you go try to pick up Devontae Smith? He's a lot cheaper.
I would not.
Okay. All right.
I'm not fire selling Smith, but I wouldn't actively go get him.
The other biggest questions people are dealing with, they don't need answers necessarily, but DK Metcalf is the every week starter. The yardage numbers have been low. What do you do with Chase Brown, the Chicago pass catchers, the Seattle Seahawks backfield, and then the Starvin Harrison Jr.? Will he ever get more targets? Is it his fault? Is it Kyler's fault? That one I think Mike can speak at briefly.
I can.
You've talked about it on the Dynasty show, but I would like to know, you went back and watched all the film. You kept randomly exclaiming, man, Kyler sucks. But go on.
I talk about it at length in this week's Dynasty Pod that dropped today. The TLDR is I have some pretty strong concerns of they're using him. They're not getting him anything easy. He had a couple opportunities where just the dog meter looked very, very low of a player who's not willing to fight for it. And then like I said, all these deep routes, and they're running some deep posts, and the times where it looks like there's a window over the linebacker in between the backer and the safety, Kyler just won't take it. So I have concerns that it might just be last year slightly better.
Okay. All right. Well, we have a Thursday night game to get to. Let's do it right now.
Thursday Night Breakdown.
Would you trade A.J. Brown for Rome, Odunze? I'm sure you would.
Sure, I would.
I bet you would.
That one is very scary. I saw it come through in Slack, and I didn't want to answer it, so I'm not taking any more questions.
He is now hosting. All right, Thursday night. Oh, boy, Miami. You're 0-2, and you get to go to Buffalo on Thursday night and play the Bills. The Vegas line, Buffalo minus 12.5.
12.5.
The over-under is 49.5.
I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah, the 12-plus point favorites have won 89% of the time in the last decade. Buffalo is 12-1 as 12-point favorites. There have been some injuries to the defensive side of the football for Buffalo. I think two major ones announced this morning. If somebody wants to vet that for me and let me know those names again. I think one is, Matt Milano? And I think one more name. So somebody find that. But Miami gets to try to, Ed Oliver, was it? Yeah. They get to try to figure things out. I think Mike McDaniel said something about to win the game, you got to win it and not lose it. That seems like you're on.
That dude is done.
He is.
Yeah,
that dude he's out.
It went from endearing to sad.
This was talked about when I remember years ago, all these little conferences with this cute little quips.
Mm-hmm.
People then were saying this is really nice right now while things are good, but this act will not hold up at all or be tolerated when
the
teams
foot
are
monster said the same thing.
Teams are losing. It's like you just can't be smarmy and like that, when things are going bad.
Yeah, sarcasm is you got to know when to use it.
All right, Josh Allen in his career, if it helps the equation, they've destroyed the Dolphins 12-2, never lost at home against them. It's really, really hard to see this game going different than the way it looks in the Vegas line. Josh Allen, you play him. James Cook has been incredible. You play him.
Mm-hmm.
Will they need to use Keon Coleman? I mean, right now Shakir and Kincaid are completely unstartable. Keon Coleman is the only one with
I'll
this.
Still play Keon.
He's like the maybe we are excited about it. The defensive injuries, maybe you could get more of a more opportunity for Miami to put some points up. Miami did not look as bad at all last week. They are also the highest pass rate in the entire National Football League. So, Achane, he's getting so many targets. Tyreek, last week he got it done. Jalen Waddle, same story. Not surprising he's limited twice this week with a shoulder injury. And, of course, Darren Waller's just in Miami for the vibes. He's not playing. So
It's ramping up.
I mean, it's not a very complicated fantasy matchup. It's just, do we get more excitement in this game? And we know that, Buffalo can win the game without Josh Allen too. Last week, 11 fantasy points for Josh Allen after a 50-point week. They didn't need him. He wasn't playing Baltimore. They just manhandled the Jets, and James Cook went crazy.
Yeah, it took a kind of like an all-timer run from James Cook where it turned into whatever. It was the 40 or 50-yard touchdown. So, yeah, I think this is an easy game of the people that you play, you're going to play. It's Keon Coleman, I guess, is really just the hardest decision. Are you where the snaps went down?
Io Manor or Keon Coleman?
Ooh.
If you're at the bottom of the barrel, double flex.
I'd still go with Coleman.
I would as well.
Okay. All right. It's not like
He's going to get us with an Io Manor question one of these weeks, Jay. And we're going to have to say Io Manor.
No, and the thing is I really want it said. Io Manor looks great. He looks like a very, very good rookie wide receiver who is on the field. I believe in the talent. I'm very anti what I've seen out of Cam Ward so far. Rookie
I like
year.
Cam Ward, man. I like him.
I like the guy too.
No, I think he's a good I think you think about the scale of rookie quarterbacks and how they play to start the year. I don't think he's not been at the bottom end of that. He's had 2 tough matchups.
I agree. He's had 2 tough matchups.
I think he's held up okay. I mean,
man, he's completed 43% of his passes, 58% of his passes, hasn't hit 200 yards.
No, all of that is fair, and I think the thing with Io Manor is not, we're not having the conversation about. It's not the Ridley conversation where it's like, okay, statistically, it's very, very difficult for a rookie quarterback to hold up a wide receiver 1 and give you those monster numbers if they're not named Steve Smith, right? We've looked at those numbers. Io Manor, we're just talking about a flex play.
Sure.
Can you get a flex play at some point during the year?
We do have an interesting
snap counts are helpful.
We have an interesting flex question that Matt put into the chat, but I'm going to make him read it on the microphone. Please,
oh my God.
What's your question?
Oh.
Henderson or Coleman in my flex?
Okay, there we go.
TreVeyon or Keon Coleman?
Hey, he held it to like 3 words.
Nice.
Stuck the landing.
Very good. So and he had to have it written out.
Trevo, yeah.
That was also part of the help.
Trevo or Keon Coleman in your flex? That is a fascinating question.
I think because I'm hosting, I won't answer that one.
I would go Keon
at this
Coleman.
moment.
I would go Keon Coleman. I expect great things from TreVeyon Henderson as the season opens up and progresses. It could happen as early as this week.
I might go TreVeyon.
But with the
I'd play TreVeyon against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With the I forgot the matchup.
Oh, Ramondre's going to cook.
Yeah, Ramondre.
Oh, I need him so bad this week.
Yeah,
I believe at one point in last week, and I said something like I'd start a retired player over Ramondre. I think I said that on the show.
Whoops.
And
I mean, look, all it took was
got it done.
3 egregious holding penalties.
Yeah, by TreVeyon.
Breaking news.
We did get update that Jaden Daniels, while he's had a good rehab session, he's not going to practice until Friday at the earliest, and so Marcus Mariota could very well be starting for the Commanders. So the week,
yucky butts.
The week
Mariota has played okay. When did we see him? You saw him at length in Week 7 last year against Carolina, and he played well. 202.
Is he playing against Carolina again?
I don't think so.
It would not make me feel. I mean, Terry McLaurin right now. If there's not an unsolved mystery
Raiders.
about him, I'd be worried about Terry McLaurin in general.
That one feels solved.
That feels solved. But I mean, Debo gets short area targets from Mariota. That won't be a worry. He'll also probably get carries.
Do not love the holdouts.
No.
Do not love the holdouts. Even when
he loves it because he got a lot of money.
Yeah, no, he did what he had to. It's Washington's fault. This was your leader.
Yeah.
And you're looking at
you paid him anyways.
Imagine your team this year without him. Then you go full stop. Okay, let's figure it out. Just get him on the practice field. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We'll jump into some mailbag.
This episode is brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. This season, make sure to subscribe to NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, where you will get every game, every Sunday, all in one place. NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV gives you everything you need to win Sunday. Watch up to 4 games at once with Multiview, or follow your fantasy team and watch the game on one screen. You can even catch up to live with key plays. Now, get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel at any time. Go to youtube.com/fantasyfootballers to sign up today. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games. Base plan required. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season only. Your membership for the following month can be canceled anytime before your renewal date. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Commercial use excluded. No refunds. This is an ad by BetterHelp. Who do you go to in order to solve your life's problems? The group chat, oversharing with strangers? Maybe you don't have that perfect someone great with advice. That's where BetterHelp comes in. They've been around for over a decade, helped millions, and out of 1.7 million client reviews, they've got a 4.9 rating. BetterHelp has qualified and experienced counselors that meet localized standards for counselor vetting and care delivery. They do the initial matching work for you so that you can focus on your goals. A short questionnaire helps you identify your needs and your preferences, and you can switch to a different counselor at any time. Completely online, you can pause your subscription whenever you need to. BetterHelp is high-trust certified and complies with GDPR standards, which means they meet some of the highest global standards for data protection. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of experience. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/footballers. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/footballers.
Well, it wouldn't be a Wednesday without some mailbag coming your way. Here we go.
Mailbag. Presented by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV.
All right, we got some voicemail questions in there for today's episode. If you want to submit one to us, you can dial the voicemail hotline 302-464-TFFB. You can also go to the website, thefantasyfootballers.com, click that submit a question button. We'll start with a voicemail.
Hey, ballers, what's going on? It's Randy from Denham Springs, Louisiana. I was wondering, should I start TreVeyon Henderson or Zach Charbonnet in a full PPR league? Thanks. Love the show. Great show. Bye.
I can't get over the fact that we have two different Hennessy's playing football. We've got Derek Hennessy and now we got TreVeyon Hennessy.
Beautiful. So full PPR, start TreVeyon Henderson against Pitt or Zach Charbonnet against the Saints.
Oh boy.
It's a perfect matchup for Charbonnet, the style of play, the up and the
I think if you are
targets so far on week 1 or 2 for Charbonnet.
Yeah, that's a tough.
Seahawks are heavy favorites at home.
I lean Charbonnet, and if you're saying, no context to my matchup, do I need a ceiling play? If I was a heavy underdog, I'm probably not playing Charbonnet. I'll probably try TreVeyon and hope I catch, you get a screen pass for 67 yards and a touchdown. But otherwise, I think Charbonnet is the safer play. Jason looks like he doesn't want to answer that one either.
I just want to hear what Mike has
It's
to
a
say.
really, really tough question. If I had them both, he was so bad.
He was so bad.
He was so
and what's
bad.
ironic
Which
is we're
one
talking
are you
about
talking about?
Charbonnet.
We're
Actually,
talking about
TreVeyon was so bad too.
Well, Henderson just didn't get to play.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Ironically, we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers matchup and how they have not been good against the run, and they haven't. But that was who, not just Kenneth Walker played them last week. Charbonnet played.
He did,
against the Steelers last week when he went 15 carries for 10 yards.
It's very impressive.
Coach said,
he said he played good football.
Played good football.
I think
he played good football the week before. That's for sure.
I think I'll play Charbs.
Rest of season question from Colby in Texas. Knowing Aaron Jones and Burrow are now out, who scores more points, Jordan Mason or Chase Brown rest of season? So Aaron Jones out.
It's still gonna be Chase Brown. I think that's a pretty easy Aaron Jones for me, simply because
you mean Aaron Jones?
It's
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown. A very simple Chase Brown for me.
You made it very not simple.
Yes, I did. The total weapons there, I think, are better. We've seen Jake Browning be able to move the ball. You've got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and you should. We don't know for sure with Browning if Chase Brown will be involved in the passing game, but we know he usually is involved in the passing game. Jordan Mason has never in his career been involved in the passing game, and I don't expect that to change. With Aaron Jones out, they did sign Cam Akers to the practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
He was part of the team last year, and I don't think that's Jordan Mason's
Who has more
skill set.
receptions through 2 weeks, Chase Brown or Jordan Mason?
Yeah, I was going to say I'm looking at the Chase Brown numbers
You
right
would
now.
only ask that if it was Jordan Mason, but I'm still
Would
going
I?
to go Chase Brown.
It is, but it's
Chase Brown has 2 for 8, 2 for 18, and his yards per attempt are 2 and 2.9 through 2 weeks. It's been bad. The snap counts have been great, though.
It's just funny. If Jordan Mason has caught 3 passes, but it's not fantastic. I'm still going to take Chase Brown, but over the short term, I would take Jordan Mason for these next couple weeks.
Yo, ballers.
Yo.
Jimmy from California. My question for you all is, do I play Kyler Murray this week or Jordan Love? Thanks. Love the show.
Kyler Murray or Jordan Love. You got Kyler at San Francisco, and you have Jordan Love at Cleveland.
I want a chance at a big play, and to me, Jordan Love is a big play. Kyler Murray is annoying. He's very, very, very annoying. And guess what? Guess who's starting him this week in our league of record? I am.
Oh, no.
I am.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you know who tried really hard not to last week and played Justin Fields like a dummy? I will do anything. I will do almost anything to not play Kyler. But I'm going to play him this week. Jordan, I don't have Jordan Love.
The Cleveland Browns on the road. I mean, that is the scary matchup. I think it's scarier for Jacobs, as the Cleveland Browns front has shut down, running game 2 weeks in a row. Jordan Love, the way that they are playing, he looks like he's back. This looks like Jordan Love from 2 years ago, where at least I could just for myself. Last year, I was very excited for Jordan Love. Then he got hurt in week 1, and then got hurt again, and it never came through. He's healthy right now, and I think that Jordan Love can work his way in the next couple of weeks. People won't even ask these questions. It'll just be, I have Jordan Love, so that's my starter. And that's how I would treat him this week, especially over Kyler.
Ian in Florida, should I trade Chase Brown, Jason, for Breece Hall?
Oh,
I think that's a really good question.
I think so. I think Breece had a down week this last week. The whole Jets team did, but he still had some runs that showed that juice that we saw in week 1. With the Joe Burrow injury, I think I'm on the Breece side.
Mike, Liam wants to know, he's from Massachusetts. Is it worth trying to trade T. Higgins for Xavier Worthy?
T. Higgins for No, I would keep T. Higgins.
Okay, I guess that's probably a Browning reaction. Ryan in Canton, Ohio. Hey, guys, I'm starting Caleb Williams this week after losing Burrow. Would you start Odunze for the stack over Garrett Wilson or DK Metcalf? I would start him over Metcalf. The way that they look the past 2 weeks with Metcalf, Metcalf has been weird.
Metcalf has been Metcalf.
I
got hoodwinked.
Oh, are you going to do this? He's on your team.
Of course I will. I drafted him.
He was 4 for 83.
When he's great, I will
1.
love him. And when he's disappointing, I will go back and continue to not like him.
He's on pace for 110 targets, not quite as high as we'd hope. He had 3 for 20 last week, but the offense looked bad. So would you play Odunze over Metcalf? I would.
I would for sure. Odunze has, he is a must start at this point. He's had 3 touchdowns in the first 2 weeks. The matchup this week against Dallas appears very, very good.
It is currently the second highest over-under of the week. It's over 50, and the Bears are, I think they were favorites. I think they're now a half-point dog. So that's going to go back and forth. I think I'd play him over Garrett.
I agree. I think I would as well. I want to ask Andy a question because we've been on today's episode. We've asked a lot of questions that we have not enjoyed.
Are you trying to do that to me?
And I want to do that. I want to do that to you.
He's hosting now.
I'm hosting.
Let me think about this for a second. Let me put on my glasses.
Now you talk all the time about how the Arizona Cardinals should have drafted Malik Neighbors because he's so much better.
Correct.
How about Rome Odunze over Marvin Harrison? Yeah, feel it. Who's the better wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. or Rome Odunze?
We're now at the point where the conversation with Marvin Harrison is rotating.
Knife in the side.
It's rotating to the Davante Adams story. That's where I'm at. I'm trying to get the year 3. Oh, maybe next year. Like, Marv does not presently. Yeah, he doesn't have the dog right now. You can't go up for or go up. I mean, it's barely saying go up. He didn't even give an effort for an end zone.
He kind of gently fell backwards.
He's humongous, but doesn't play humongous. So, Roma Odunze or Marvin, I'll leave it.
How you feeling about that cat stuff? This is really fun to do.
It's so fun.
It feels good,
it's
too.
Fun. It's a great way to make fun of somebody.
You know who does not have
meow from their perspective.
Yeah. Well, look, here's a guy who does not have the kitty cat. He's got the dog. Tony wants to know, would you trade Zay Flowers, who's looked amazing so far?
He has.
And Cam Skattebo,
who looked great last week and took over the snaps,
for A.J. Brown?
No, I would not.
I don't think I'd do that either. I mean, Zay Flowers right now. Do you know what his target pace is? Take a shot.
It's outrageous.
Jason, the guesser. Go ahead.
Hold on. I was reading a trade offer. Say that
oh
question
my
again.
gosh. To you or from you?
To me, a counter.
I was reading a trade
counter.
offer that I was
Is this a Ted
making.
McMillan?
It was with that team. He
gosh.
countered with
my gosh.
completely different stuff that I don't want. Anyways, what was the question?
How many targets? You should do a podcast right now.
You're real focused in.
Zay Flowers, target pace right now. Through after 2 weeks of football. I mean, he's got to be near the league lead in receiving yardage. Somebody look that up and see that.
170 targets
on the dot. Come on,
for real?
Come on, yeah, it's 170. That's the pace.
All right.
Nice, good guess. I mean, that's why I brought him up. I don't know that you get that done. Just a 1-for-1. If you send an offer of A.J. Brown for Flowers, I think that gets rejected in a lot of places.
So right now, your top 5. This is always fun through a couple of weeks. Top 5 receiving yards. Do you know who they are?
Flowers. Oh yeah,
Flowers
I'm
is
looking at it right
5. Malik Neighbors is number 1. JSN number 2. Lamb number 3. Puka number 4. Zay Flowers number 5. And just for the record, your rushing leaders right now. One of these is going to just make you die. Number 1, Jonathan Taylor. Not surprising.
Yeah.
Number 3, Derrick Henry. Number 4, James Cook. Number 5, Bijan Robinson. Number 2,
Etienne.
Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne is number 2.
Number 6 is also wild. Tony Pollard.
He had 100.
Boy, those are some boring yards.
He had at least 90 rushing yards.
Those are
week.
some boring yards, Tony.
How are you that productive and so bad for fantasy? I mean, I guess
top 5 passers.
He's not getting any. Tony Pollard is not getting targets.
Russell Wilson, number 1.
Oh, is that because of 450 passing yards?
Daniel Jones, number 2. Herbert, 3. Goff, 4. Dak, 5.
Russell Wilson.
Number 31, Jalen Hurts.
There's someone worse.
That would be Justin Fields.
Oh, he
didn't play.
Well, he mostly did.
Bo Nix, 25 in passing yards.
Yeah, week 1 was brutal.
Interesting. Spencer Rattler's at 21. So
you know who's
they got moxie, man.
You know who's been
they do
great.
So much moxie.
We're talking about all this through 2 weeks, who's got the most yards, who's on a great target pace. But I want to give a shout out. Obviously, we know he's a great player, but CeeDee Lamb, who's a top 12 wide receiver right now, you look at all these lists of all these receptions and yards, he's the only one without a touchdown.
Yeah.
Even Puka had his rushing touchdown. Everybody's been in the paint. CeeDee is hanging with them without that. And obviously touchdowns will come.
All right, that was today's mailbag. Watch every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Visit youtube.com/fantasyfootballers. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games. Base plan required. Excludes digital-only games. Commercial use excluded. No refunds. That's it. The show's over. But we'll do another one tomorrow. We'll actually do 2 tomorrow. We'll do a show in the morning, and then we'll do a footcast for the beautiful people supporting the show at jointhefoot.com. So we got a double header. If you want that, go to jointhefoot.com. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.